Good afternoon, morning, evening or night, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the latest episode of the Jar Media Podcast, episode 147. I am today Jamie, joined by my companion and friends, Alex.
Hi.
And James.
It's 247.
Oh shit, I said 147.
That's fine, just rolled it.
We're back to 147 now.
Nice. We're going back to the good old days.
Yeah, we're going back to one of the days. Before we get into the show too much, I'd like to just shout out the beautiful, lovely and heroic patrons over at Patreon, making the audio version of the show possible over on iTunes and Spotify. Mwah, mwah.
There's an early video. Well, it won't be by the time this goes up, I don't think. But
we're testing a new little series. We thought that might be a nice little.
Jim and I
thing.
made trying to play Hades. There's a new little show thing to try out. We're gonna do a bunch of different games. I reckon there've been some good suggestions.
Yeah, I'm excited.
It's something we've been meaning to do for a while. We've had this idea. It's just working out the way to set up where we have all our audio individually. We can all listen individually and still game. Because since like the Fallout 76, where we talked about it, it's like people want to see some Fallout 76, and that is going to happen.
Especially me.
Oh, and they'll see it all right. Nothing else there to really mention or throw out there, apart from the dirtiness that's kind of spreading around at the moment that we need to clean up.
Oh, we better get on that, bro. We better get to that.
So, it's weird sitting here and not being able to put my drink next to me and balance it. It's throwing me off.
I quite like having. I feel like the captain in Star Trek in this chair.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it? Housekeeping. Let's clean up some conversations from last episode. We did talk about the sleep paralysis thing quite a lot, but this fella, he left a pretty decent comment that was like exploring. Well, why are you staring at each other like that? You're throwing me off so hard.
Well, James just started doing it, and I don't know, it started to feel like a domination thing, because I did turn to you for politeness sake, but James just kept staring at me. Sorry.
No, the sleep paralysis thing. There was one comment that I saw that was interesting enough for me to be like, okay, let's put the final cherry on this.
Yeah. That's 3 in a row. It
is 3 in a row.
That's
but
quite
Ethan02 left this to say, hello, Mingers. Recently, when you guys were talking about sleep paralysis, Alex and James said they'd never experienced it, while Jamie said he'd only experienced it once. Personally, I've been dealing with sleep paralysis since I was 8 years old, and I got it so bad that I decided to see a doctor that prescribed me with a pill to help me get more restful sleep. The worst my sleep paralysis got was in 2018, where on average I would have it once a week. In November of that year, I had the worst sleep paralysis experience of my life. Before I say what happened, I'll give some brief context. Earlier that year, my friends and I were exploring an abandoned motel where I happened to come across a small circular mirror. It was laying on the floor, but it was almost perfect condition, and I couldn't resist taking it home with me. I decided to hang it up opposite to my bed, so when I laid down, I'd be looking directly at it. Now back to November of 2018. One night I woke up to a huge tiki-like statue in the corner of my room. Then my attention turned to the mirror that had started to glow while the numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4 spun around it. While all of this was happening, a voice began to whisper in my ear, and I could even feel someone's breath on the side of my face. I tried to move around, but like usual, I couldn't move a muscle or scream. I just had to wait until it was over. After what felt like 2 minutes, everything just disappeared. Scariest thing was, I didn't even wake up. I was already awake. Anyways, I figured it'd be a good idea to share my experiences since you guys were curious. Also, for anyone who was wondering how bad it is now, it's much better than it has been in a while. Although I did just have sleep paralysis in August of this year, but that's a story for another time. Love the Posdact, thanks mamas.
That's terrifying.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like my first question would be, why did you still take the mirror from the abandoned motel?
Yeah, maybe that's the thing causing it. Maybe this isn't sleep paralysis. It's straight up haunting.
It's a cursed mirror.
Yeah,
it's likely. It sounds likely.
I've adventured around abandoned places. I wouldn't take anything from there. I think that's too cursed. That's too too far.
Is that just what kids do? Just explore abandoned places?
I think that's what kids used to do.
Because I have lots of memories of that as well.
Now kids just explore the abandoned parts of the map in Fortnite.
So true.
Unfortunately, yeah. We've said a lot about sleep paralysis, and it's just fucking creepy. And I just hope I don't have it.
I'm so glad mine was like nowhere near anything like
that.
that.
No, it sounds actual hell to have it in that way.
2 minutes
since you're 8 years old. How does an 8-year-old
No, I think
that?
the whole seeing the letters, I think that would have made it more sick. Then
it would feel
scary.
like you're in Black Ops.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Because if you're just seeing a girl hanging from a corner of your room and shit, that's fucking scary visually.
No, but you said there was a statue.
I'd just be
that part's scary.
Yeah, I think obviously it would be scary, but it's just once it gets to that level of quite weird, where it's oh, this is just interesting. But obviously when you're in the moment, it's fucking horrifying. I just hope I don't have it. That's my biggest concern.
Sumetskaya1 left one about bears. Hey Jar, I am an American living in California and I'd like to straighten a few things out. First, bears are barely an issue. I've seen bears twice in my life and only one was in the wild. However, I have had multiple proper skirmishes with big cats. Multiple times I've been woken up early in the morning by my own cat fighting with a pack of cougars or bobcats. I've even had to get a broom and swat a few off the porch on one occasion. But to be honest, I don't really think it compares to the Mad Max hellscape that I imagine Australia being. What the fuck?
Wait, how would a cat, a normal house cat, ever stand a chance against one of these big ones?
Chad Energy. They have aura. These cats could destroy it, but it's cats got fucking confidence and it's got attitude. That's what matters.
Yeah, but surely
that's half the fight.
Wildcat would have even more confidence.
No, but they're pack animals. So they're in a pack. So
I didn't think any cat was
I didn't know that.
It's just because they said multiple.
Yeah, they said pack of cougars
so in that
or
case, it's because it's a pack.
It means
the alpha needs to make the move on the cat, otherwise they're not going to. Yeah. And if the cat's just fucking defending its area, that's when they're not going to attack.
But them writing out this comment as if to say oh yeah, it's really not that bad. You just have to fight cougars and bobcats show
I've only
up.
seen bears
I wish I had to
twice.
fight off cougars.
Tibet left one. Actually following up on that old guy who loves Free Guy, who someone wrote in about. He goes to see Free Guy every damn day. Hello, 2 weeks ago you discussed my comment about the old man who comes to the cinema and watches Free Guy every day, and James expressed disbelief in the story. Long post. I'm just coming back to clarify that no, I'm not making it up, and to add some extra context. He's a very old fella and he needs to travel to the city that the cinema is in every day. He has a carer who he doesn't like and who doesn't accompany him to the theatre. He lives alone otherwise. He'll buy multiple tickets a day and has mentioned that Free Guy is... quote, the one he likes. He's actually waiting for the new James Bond movie, which will be out by the time this cast is up, and pre-booked his ticket months in advance. I don't know why he has to come and see Free Guy every day whilst he waits, but presumably he does it to avoid staying in the house. Our theatre has a monthly subscription that allows you to come in and see as many movies as you want, as many times as you want. He's definitely been offered this and refused it. I've no idea why he likes to spend whatever money he has on Free Guy tickets, but he does. He doesn't buy food from the theatre. He has a fucking massive heavy two-wheeled bag that he never actually uses for anything, but makes us carry it to and from his preferred seat, right at the very back of the screen in the top row. He likes it more if a female member of staff does it. He has recently been very verbally aggressive and rude with staff, and may get banned if he doesn't calm down. Old man real? Ryan Reynolds' biggest fan? Fuck. And then they said, I had another unrelated question, but...
That's kind of put a sour note on the whole old guy, Free Guy thing, to be perfectly honest.
So? What's it illuminated for you?
He's clearly quite not pleasant. He's not a good person.
We should have expected it to begin with. Anyone that watches
Free Guy
that much, it's going to deteriorate them the way... if I bet you he was the most pleasant man before, and then he sees Free Guy every day, 6 times a day.
The detail that bugs me is the whole insisting to buy a ticket every day when offered the service. Just why? Why, James?
Old people have money, man.
That generational wealth, bro.
Yeah, it's just a flex.
Giving it straight back to Brian. Fuck. Smokes96 left one. I knew James looked familiar. When I visited the UK 3 years ago, a car pulled up alongside me outside of the airport. The window rolled down, then he leaned out and chucked a large open can of beans on me. I'll never forget the unmitigated hate in his eyes as he yelled, "Eat this without toast, you Yankee bastard."
James, explain yourself.
I was just starting a movement. It's called beaning, okay?
Beaning. That's like a real thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a real current. The thing now is like TikTok is dictating how kids act in school. Like kids are, like the story I've heard from someone is that they stole a door from the toilet. They stole the stool door because it's
like
a devious lick. They've got to steal like something devious, you know.
A door?
Yeah, the door from the toilet.
Can you elaborate on the bean bandit thing?
So another TikTok thing is kids go to the shops, they'll buy a can of beans, and then they open the can of beans, they pour it on your car, your front door, your steps or whatever. They're bandits, bro. They're putting beans.
Just causing mischief. Yeah.
Yeah, they'll launch beans. Have they ever launched beans on a person?
No, it's just because obviously in the morning when they go to school or go home, it's like
they'll get beans and throw it just on
it's
some
like
guy's car.
In our area and I think your area specifically was the jelly. It was the jelly bandits.
Yeah, but that was
jelly.
harmless because the only people that fucked over was the council.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, fuck the council, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I stand for the jelly on the ceiling of the scary tunnel.
But
Bean bandits
is actually fucking horrible. Because it's like, imagine you've gone out, your car's been left all day. They did it in the morning. You go back to your car on a hot summer day. Beans have just been baking into your paint.
Yeah.
I'd fucking flip.
This begs the question: who should Heinz take some responsibility?
Yeah, they've made a delicious
Are they only
snack.
using Heinz or one of the other pointless brands?
I think it's just beans
That's
in
true.
general. I think.
Okay, can companies.
Nah.
But the thing is,
you don't think can companies have any of the responsibility of these beans?
No.
Because my thinking is, if people influenced on TikTok like this can't be.
You take off the pullable cap off the bean.
That's where
man.
I was getting.
Yeah.
If these people can't be responsible with a can of beans, do they deserve a can of beans that you can open without a tool, a can opener?
No, they don't.
Do we need to be more restrictive on the products?
Yeah. Do we need to clamp down on openable cans?
Yeah, straight up. Because
maybe that's what.
Have you ever had beans? Have you ever had a can of beans or a can in general, like ever, where you haven't got a can opener on hand?
I don't tend to eat from cans.
Like when you're at home and you're going to make some beans, you've got a can opener.
Well, yeah, there's
home.
always a can opener.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So why does it need to be an easy fucking open can of beans? Because even if you're at work and you take some soup into work usually has a can opener.
Yeah, and if they don't, then when you make the change of not having easy open cans,
you just buy a can opener.
They'll get a can opener. You buy a can opener. Economy. The can opening business.
It creates more revenue.
The can opening business, way more revenue.
Yeah.
Way more money getting flooded into a market that's pretty much dead.
Because of these easy open cans.
Yeah, Amazon can get on the can opener thing.
Well, speaking of things that have lids that you open, probably the most controversial thing from last episode was this whole apple sauce thing where we proclaim that like it's weird to eat applesauce.
No, yeah.
And people were like, "What do you mean? Like everyone eats applesauce, right? Everyone in the whole world apparently eats little tubs of them." Let me read a few comments here. Zipper Z said, "Eating applesauce by itself is comparable to pudding or yogurt, you fools." Ghoulift says, "I often buy a 6-pack of applesauce cups and drink them as a snack. It tastes great and is very refreshing." And the Random Gamer said, "On applesauce, I'd like to say that in my experience at least, it's not necessarily a common snack, as it is a normal one. Like, I don't eat applesauce every day, but I wouldn't find it weird if one of my friends was just like, let me go grab some applesauce real quick. Also, we don't all grab a jar and go at it. We also have cases of little single-serve cups you can buy. I'll concede that the average applesauce here probably does have loads more sugar, though.
We need to make something clear, because we've been talking about this during the week. There's 2 different kinds of applesauce. And I think what these people think we're talking about is, like, for us, it's the applesauce you buy when you're going to make an apple pie. You cut some apple up and you get the sauce. It is a sweet sauce that's used for, like, filling. That's a thing we can buy it here. We are not on about that. We're on about applesauce, which is like a savoury for meat. Completely different things. And I think that's where the confusion is, that I don't think it would be unusual if I went to get one of these cans of apple pie filling and I started eating it, because it is just a sugar.
Weird. That would be totally out of character for you.
Yeah, but I don't think that's too weird, because it is like a dessert thing. That type of apple filling.
Well,
Like, you'd have it with custard. Kind of that kind of custard. I think that's quite normal. Normal, obviously.
That's basically like, well, it's not basically crumble, but it's getting there.
Yeah, it's crumble without the crumble.
Yeah.
The nice bit.
Yeah,
let me read this last one for housekeeping. It's on this same topic from Sven. Hello, I'm an American jarling, and I'd like to explain to you guys the prevalence of applesauce in the US. So the main applesauce company over here is Mott's, also known for their apple juice. The common receptacle for applesauce meant for snacking is a little plastic carton with a peelable lid. We do not eat applesauce out of a jar like you guys said. Applesauce in a jar is strictly used for cooking or as a side for dinner, not for consumption on its own. Applesauce comes in a variety of flavors here, including regular, cinnamon, strawberry, berry, and peach. Applesauce is so ingrained in children's diets that schools often serve cartons of applesauce as part of lunch, and there are usually about 2 entire shelves dedicated to applesauce, even in small grocery stores. I, like many Americans, ate applesauce a lot as a kid. In fact, I became so obsessed with applesauce at the age of 10 that I wouldn't even use a spoon. I'd peel the lid off and tilt the container into my mouth. I usually ate 3 little cartons of applesauce at a time.
Nothing that goes by the name of sauce should ever be eaten by itself.
Yeah.
That's my 3 cents.
It's a sauce. It's supposed to be a condiment.
Yeah, it's a sauce. It complements something else.
What the fuck is strawberry applesauce?
Well, yeah, then it just gets confusing. Like, pick a fruit.
There was something even worse that I don't know if you've seen, but a French jarling got involved in this as well. They do it in France.
Well, this American thing. They do it in France.
Yeah, but in France they have it in froob tubes.
Oh, of course France would take it that one step to fuckery.
And I read that and I wanted to be sick, because the idea of like a fruit
like
tube,
lumpy apple
sauce
tube.
Yeah, just
So the reason all the kids love it is because it's just pure sugar, probably.
yeah.
So
they're all just addicted to.
The cinnamon one's probably quite nice.
Yeah, because it's a mixture of 2 flavors then instead of just apple sauce.
We should probably look out for it next time we go to the supermarket or something.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever bought it.
Because I
definitely haven't.
When I sent a video, because someone on the Reddit posted like them getting it out of the fridge and putting it on like a bowl, and I wanted a vom bomb instantly as soon as I saw it, because it's like a paste. It's like an appley paste.
Yeah, cooked apple.
Disgusting.
It looks horrible. It feels horrible in my mouth, and the taste
quite shit.
The taste is all right, but it's not worth it
unless you've got something to go alongside it.
Yeah, like a big piece of pork.
Yeah, and then after seeing this, I went to my fridge because my mum was like cleaning out shit in the cupboards, and I was just like, I've got to check this because I started getting confused. So I went to the fridge and I got a jar of apple sauce, and I started sniffing it, and it's just like, are these fucking idiots eating this fucking shit? Because it's clearly like a fucking thick juicy sauce for
like
meat.
A jam.
Yeah, and I was just like, I wanted to be sick just sniffing it, because it's like, why the fuck would you eat this?
So basically, we're still right.
Yeah, no, we're absolutely right.
You're all right.
I won't write it off until I taste it or try it.
I think these Americans, need to come to England, go to Tesco, get a jar of the fucking meat one, and then start trying to fucking eat that. Because it ain't gonna go down well.
Yeah.
They'll regret everything they've said instantly. Miserable.
Let's do some topics. I got a couple. The first one being that I fell down the stairs the other day.
Really?
Yeah. It's thanks to Paisley.
Always.
It was like time to give them dinner, so I was coming down the stairs, and she was like walking way too close to me, like in front of me, and her tail's so long. It was like 2 stairs behind her, and like she like stopped randomly, so I stepped on her tail, and then she like moved, and I just went whoop, and just went fucking flying down like 7 stairs.
Which staircase?
Is it that one?
The one right in front of us over here.
This one.
But I just happened to land in like quite a good way, so it was like, oh my god, I'm alright.
You fell down 7 steps.
Yeah, about. Just went like cartoon, just like
so there was no tumbling.
No tumbling.
You just sort of like went.
Most of it just went on
position.
like my arm and my foot.
Did it hurt?
It was quite sore.
It does. Tripping and falling around stairs is painful because it's just there's a bit of force because there's a bit of weight behind you, so you hit it. It's like, oh shit, that hurt.
And also like gravity and everything, and it's like loads of it's like a sheet fucking drop basically.
Yeah.
It's when you get your back on the corner, on the exact corner of a step, and it's like, oh, that's a fucking miserable time. But it's always big dogs. Paisley's tripped me up on that same fucking stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Just lower down, so 1 step. But it's like, holy fucking shit. Because it's not just that she's big, she's also fucking stupid. See, she doesn't have any spatial awareness. She just doesn't know. So 1 second she'll be looking at you, and the next she'll just fucking stop, and it's like, oh, there I go, down the fucking stairs.
You know, the worst thing is cats.
For falling down the stairs?
For making you fall down the stairs.
Why is that?
Because cats intentionally get all caught up in your legs.
Will they do that when you're like going up and down the stairs?
Yeah.
Then? Really?
Yeah, it's incredibly annoying, and then like it starts the whole thing because like I've ended up booting Billy, and she's then pissed at me, so she wants to get some, you know, she wants to throw down. So not only are you taking a tumble, but you're also getting scratched to pieces.
You mentioned that cats like don't see humans like feet and legs as like part of them or something.
Yeah, but apparently they can't like look at. I don't know if it's specifically like when you're wearing trousers and shoes, but apparently they don't see a person's legs and feet as part of them. So when a cat like just randomly goes for your feet,
it's rubbish day.
yeah, it's not the cat actually going for you.
It's just going for the feet. They're
Yeah,
foot
it won't
fetishists.
like it's seeing like this thing moving. It's like, well,
It's just a
I
toy.
wanna
It's just
hurt.
playtime.
that.
I've got a lot of experience of rolling downstairs, falling downstairs, and falling up them. It's a skill. Because I sprinted off a fucking flight of stairs, like a fucking 30 fucking step flight of stairs. I just sprinted straight off it because I was blindfolded. So I was just like, fucking, I'm sending it, bro. So I hit halfway down and then rolled into a wall. Full momentum at the end.
How old were you?
Fucking 12.
What's the rest of the story though? Why were you blindfolded?
I just got out like the bath, and it's just like, because in my old house it was big hallway, then opens up into like full stairs straight down, you know, chandelier and all that shit. So I just fucking, some weird thing, because like young me was crackhead to the extreme, got a towel wrapped around my eyes, no, just fucking completely naked, sprinted out of the bathroom, and then somehow ended up launching myself off the stairs.
Did you get badly damaged? Like,
Can't remember. I remember jumping.
What the fuck?
I remember jumping off it because obviously I was fucking like blindfolded. I remember being midair and like feeling weightless, and then it's just like I remember hitting like halfway down the stairs and just rolling. and then into the wall, and that's it. That's it. I don't remember anything after.
You remember being weightless, that like heroic moment?
Yeah, it was fucking intense. Because I was like so fucking like doped out of my mind on like hyperactivity and like just crackhead energy. There was just like, yes, yes.
Did you do this intending to launch off the stairs?
No. I don't know what I was doing. It was just like, that's it. Just get out of the fucking shower, bath, whatever. Wrap fucking towel on my fucking head and just go for it. You know, but I did the same when I like cracked my head open on a radiator. Like sprinted into my
you covered your eyes and just sprinted.
No, this time I didn't cover my eyes, but it was just like, it was the same logic. This time I went out of my bedroom, into my sister's room, sprinting, jumped on the bed, bounced off into the triangle part of a radiator.
Jesus Christ.
Cracked my skull open.
Fuck.
Yeah, no, crackhead. Like, the crackhead of me is past. Like, I was a fucking crackhead child. It was awful. But then, like, now, I've fallen down the stairs a lot.
What do you mean now?
Same reason. Because
getting out of the bath and just sprinting.
No, I can't do that on mine. But no, it's like I get hyperactive because I've made Gaius hyperactive. So I'm chasing him. He goes down the stairs. I follow him. I just fucking dive straight down the stairs into like the dog gate. Fucking flip myself over the dog gate. But I also trip up the stairs a lot.
I trip up the stairs when I wear a certain pair of flip-flops that go like out really far. So I'll be carrying like 2 bowls of pasta and a Pepsi or something. And I'll trip and just fucking pasta everywhere.
I'd prefer to
Pepsi.
trip up than trip down.
No,
though.
tripping up is so fucking painful.
It can be when you whack your shin.
Yeah, I hate it. I do it so much because my feet are too big. So it's just like I don't lift them high enough. So it's just like, oh, here we go again. Because I've got the spiral stairs, so they're like really short and they curve all the way around.
Oh, surely those are even better for falling down.
Yeah,
because of the like,
you're like
the closer to the center, the smaller the step is, so you can just down the middle of it.
There's a hole in the wall on the top. Because my dad just was a bit drunk and fell backwards through the fucking wall. There's like a whole human imprint in the fucking. I've done that as well though. Because, no, my parents are fucking fit because they stick a fucking huge artificial tree. You've seen it. You've seen that dumb fucking tree they have on the top.
Yeah, I remember the tree.
Yeah.
What? How big is it?
It's pretty big. On a tiny stairs, it's quite fucking big. And that's been knocked over countless because it's just like I'm going to fall down into the fucking tree that's in my fucking stairs for some reason.
It's dangerous shit, these stairs.
Especially when there's like you're out in like Swindon or something and it's concrete stairs and you trip on them.
The stairs in Swindon, they're a weapon.
They are.
Yeah.
Because if you trip down theirs and start going a bit fast, you're fucked. Because it's concrete floor, you're just gonna actually really hurt yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, even carpeted stairs.
Friction burns.
That's how fucking evil Swindon is. Like.
Yeah, the stairs
as innocuous as stairs, even a.
Oh no, but the problem with the Swindon stairs is like each step they have like lights, and it's obviously like plastic. Rain, no fucking grip at all, so you're just gonna slip and like smash your fucking knee open. While you're like walking out of the Dream Lounge, going up to Nando's, you fucking slip and fucking.
Yeah, slippery than ever. Coming out of the Dream Lounge.
That's one of the things I just enjoy so much about Swindon is how it brings everyone together. You know? Like everyone can agree on Swindon.
It's like Christmas in Futurama.
We actually went to Swindon this week. We decided it was a great idea to go to Swindon to get KFC.
Bad idea.
Awful idea.
I hate Swindon is fucking awful. We didn't go into Swindon. We just drove like 5 minutes into it, and it's like, this is miserable. The roads are so fucking stupid. Nothing's well designed. It's a genuine shithole. I fucking hate Swindon so much.
So the last weekend, as of us recording this, there was another Halo flight. We brought up the last time there was a Halo flight. This time it was a it was another arena one. Is that what they call it, arena?
Yeah, I believe so.
But this time you could actually like fight people a bit more instead of just bots or whatever. So it was a bit more of a like proper experience with the game. Just the arena mode there. I like it a bit more now, especially because of the map they added. Because the maps are like so important. If you're replaying, if the whole idea is like multiplayer matches, you're replaying again and again, those maps need to be cool. They need to have personality. They need to play well.
The first one they showed off was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, there's a couple maps. I like the one that's set in like the Halo 2 place. That looks like Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Mombasa.
Yeah, the Mombasa one. Not too crazy about the other two, but I like this new one. It seems like a more traditional sort of Halo map. Cool location with the desert kind of setting and the old Forerunner
sort of
stuff.
Halo 3-esque.
Very Halo 3-esque. They actually have like vehicles on the map. The Warthog was a bit weird, like the turret seemed a bit like overpowered and too accurate. And there are some weird quirks with some of the sandbox stuff, it seems, but like the plasma pistol doesn't, like you can't overpower stun vehicles anymore.
Yeah.
Stuff like that's quite weird.
I think that's all balancing though, and I think there's no point making a critique on the game about that because that will change.
Is that a choice though?
Well, it's because now they have like electricity weapons, and that's one of the things the electricity weapons do.
Weapons? There's multiple electricity weapons.
As far as I understand, yeah, and there's like electric guns as well. Sorry, grenades.
Oh yeah.
But plasma grenades did that.
No, they
didn't stun vehicles. Yeah, and like people were finding like weapons that you weren't supposed to use yet in like the flight or whatever, and it was cool seeing some of those. If you want to go on one of the Halo YouTubers channels to see it, but something that did get me more excited was the way I saw like clips being shared of how things in the sandbox could interact with each other. Like for example, someone, I think it was Hidden Xperia, he did this. He fired that heavy brute thing that fires a projectile. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, the skewer.
Yeah.
He fired like a skewer into a grav lift, and it like shot back, and then he like repulsed it into someone or some crazy shit like that. So I like that idea of like the interactability.
Yeah,
of the
that sounds awesome.
That kind of stuff's fun, and like the grapple hook feels really good. So I'm actually looking forward to playing the big team variant, because if big team's really good, and they get that kind of slightly more casual thing going on, but it has potential for sure.
You know, it's such a shame that Forge isn't going to be in the game.
Yeah, it's really disappointing.
Like the way you just described that thing, it's like experimenting. You have this sandbox.
The sandbox,
it's called a sandbox.
Yeah.
So like you want to just.
Because then
I always want my first thing in a Halo game since Reach to be like.
Because then like custom games could have emerged during the early months, which they could have like adopted and like built into proper modes and stuff. And
yeah.
But it's all like backwards. But
yeah, I played it briefly on this flight. I played like 1 or 2 games, and it is sort of winning me over. Just the moment-to-moment gameplay feels the best Halo has felt in a long, long time.
Yeah, the fact that like the sandbox is just more interactive and more based on equipment and the way that shit works, instead of just making you a mega fucking overpowered. You can do everything. You can launch around. You can slam down, and vehicles are irrelevant. And
that was a big mistake.
So it seems, I get the feeling that they've clearly focused on the sandbox, and it seems that they're on the right path and it could pay off. But the whole system with progression and everything else is fucking atrocious.
The progression's straight up awful. It'll just be a case of like, in a couple years they'll get around to making it good, maybe. But
I think they need to realise that people, the popular thing that makes like a shooter addictive and to keep a player base is progression. You want to reward players, you want to make sure they feel like they're doing something.
I don't know, because that was never the reason to keep playing Halo 3.
No, but that was a different era. That was a completely different era, I think.
It came out after Modern Warfare 1. So,
But that type of
No, it came out the
COD,
same
the
year,
COD
didn't it?
progression became a standard in gaming. Like,
yeah, I guess it was
After.
the previous.
Well,
era.
it's more strange when you view it from like within the franchise itself, where like Halo 3 to Reach to Halo 4 and 5, there wasn't like necessarily improving with each one, but it's almost like it's been ever since Reach, like being more and more simplified until now. It's just a battle pass with like challenges, and there's no like the challenges in Reach were an additive thing on top of like a base leveling system.
Yeah.
Whereas now the only thing are challenges. That's it, which just is lame.
Yeah, it is lame, and it doesn't make sense. But
It just seems like they just don't have time to do anything else right now. It's not like a focus, like they.
yeah.
I think it's gonna ride or die this multiplayer mode on like the variety of those maps and like.
Yeah, and if it is as fun as Halo 3, then I don't really need a progression system necessarily. So,
yeah, you can forgive like the first few seasons, I guess, if that is the model. Like they're just always, it's just the model. The first few seasons are just shit. Like for all of these games.
every time.
Yeah, it's just what it is now. So yeah, I feel a bit better about it. I'm hyped for big team. See how that plays.
I guess we'll know next week.
The servers weren't great, and it just like stopped working randomly before the like time period they said, and it was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of weird in terms of that stuff, but whatever.
Again, you can't complain when a stress test is
that's what it's for.
overstressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aside from that, boys, anything else to throw out there for the mid-break?
the Star Wars anime.
You actually want to talk about it?
I don't, because it doesn't even deserve that.
That's a good amount to stay on it.
It pissed you off, didn't it? What was it called? Star Wars Visions.
Yeah.
We skimmed through a few episodes.
If you skipped the first two and only watched...
Well, no, we watched enough of the first two episodes to get
about a third.
vibe. Yeah. Awful, just embarrassing.
I think the third one is the better of the three, but I think that's just...
But it's still embarrassing.
It is, but it's like visually, at least it's Trigger. I can appreciate Trigger animation.
Yeah, that third one, it wasn't annoying me as much as you guys.
It didn't annoy me because I like the visuals.
It was
Trigger.
annoying me
I
pretty
appreciate Trigger's work.
Yeah, I like their animation, but it did just look like Kill la Kill.
Yeah, it's just Trigger.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't.
Why is it a thing? Who asked for this?
I think people maybe like it. I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, who's it for?
Not me.
It's for babies. I know that much. But then why make it an anime with subtitles?
I'm not sure. It reminded me of Halo Legends.
Yeah, another awful thing.
Yeah, it's just not really what I personally want.
No,
to be honest.
No, I don't know who wants it.
That's the beauty of Disney Plus. Like, there's just so much shit. I guess you can just choose what type of Star Wars you want. But to redeem it though, we saw the early 2000s Clone Wars, which upset James even more. Yeah,
for some reason, is it because it was Western, James?
Yeah, was it because it's Western?
Yeah. No, like, it's fine. It's a kids show, is the thing. So it's like, it's going to be just kind of like kiddie. Like, if I was younger, I'd love it, because it is just that. It's silly, and it's a little bit goofy, and it didn't really make any fucking sense.
Would you not call JoJo silly and a little bit goofy?
How about this though, James? If I informed you that the director, the famous animator, Genndy Tartakovsky, he was born in Russia. He's Russian.
Man, it's fucking sick. I love the fucking Clone Wars. No, I don't... Like, the animation's good. Like, you can't deny the animation's good.
It's surprisingly good. It looks really good on Disney Plus. It's really clean.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah.
I just personally don't like the art style. I'm just not a fan of that kind of art style. Nothing against it. I'm not taking any credit away from the animation. It's great. Not my cup of tea.
I just wish they'd have stuck with that for the 3D one they did.
I know. I would. Yeah.
That show is very ugly.
Yeah, it's like it's missing. It has the story, but it's missing the visuals. It gets better as it goes along. That like CG Claymore stuff. But
but still, it's something about that art style just
they
me
look
the
like
wrong way.
they're made out of wood or something. It's quite weird.
Yeah, it almost looks like they've taken that original 2D show and tried to do like 3D models of that.
But
style.
that like just never looks as good.
It
like
just
3D
doesn't
Simpsons.
work.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
3D Family Guy especially.
No, 3D Family Guy works. 3D Simpsons don't.
Why?
I think the character designs of Peter and his family, they're just more,
What, and seeing like Lisa and Bart's like the top of their heads in 3D is
that's creepy. Like spiky Bart head.
Yeah, it's actually like a cylinder. With
It's like a crown.
Yeah, a crown. Yeah, and I guess if we're talking about anime, the Cowboy Bebop live action intro came out. Netflix uploaded it.
It did. I've
not seen it.
Should I like open it on the iPad?
No, don't. Just don't bother. It doesn't deserve it, Alex.
I just want to know what you think. Oops. Yeah.
It's coming to Netflix.
Yes, Netflix.
No, it's in the original.
Oh, is it? Cool.
Yeah.
I'll actually rewatch it then.
The original's coming.
Okay.
I've seen it.
Oh, you've seen it?
I've seen all of it.
I've not.
Oh, okay.
It's just they've copied it directly, pretty much.
It's like a shot-for-shot remake. I've seen some comments saying it's like it feels like when a YouTuber's
passion little thingy.
Yeah, like passion projects.
Yeah. God, it does.
Mm-hmm. It's very weird.
It's got kind of like a Doctor Who vibe.
Yeah, I'm
Just
curious
in terms of the
if they embrace the campiness. It might be fun, but I don't know.
I only have one problem with the intro. It's right at the end.
Really? What is it about the end?
Because in the original, it just shows like cutouts of them, and it's just like them kind of being kind of cute and sexy. But they're all being action heroes, being battle poses and action poses.
Right. Yeah.
And I just think that kind of removes the whole kind of style of Cowboy Bebop, being as cute and sexy.
We've mentioned it before. I just don't see making it live action as like an inherent improvement. So it's just always going to be worse in my mind. So
it's just because they're going to have to focus on something to form like a mainstream crowd, and it's going to be like action and not like Cowboy Bebop is style and it's goofy but serious. And I think they're just going to focus on like the action part.
Well, we'll see after these messages.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this middle part of the show where we head over to Patreon and read out a few names of our lovely subscribers who subscribe to us on the Patreon. So a big thank you to It's a Witch, quick into my house, Kanan Donahue, Through the Lens, Ooh, piss a dick. I enjoy saying that. It's like a waterfall with letters. Fapping and clapping, it's happening. Lapping up sap that I've splat on the mat, and the substance is masculine. Travis King, Dildo Dabbins, Mila, Brian, look out. Ah, Brian, oh my god, Brian, can you hear me? Holy crap, what the hell happened? Joe McNamara, some more on. Zap Coolman, aka Nutella on pasta, is actually kind of good. Maybe James should try it. The Trail, Wee Banana. Beth is a Hovis muncher who lives in a caravan. I'm a Big James, Big Alex, Jamie, I'm a Ruben, I'm the Vin Diesel of the Arc 2 that is hiding. Grant Connor, Jack Price, Kelly Levine, Don't read this out. It's way too crass. I swear to God, Jar, if you... Jamie Queerwas. Kalki. Valweepia Access Memories. Pip Pop Penny, a.k.a. Speedman VG from the Halo Corn. Stone Weevil. Big Pimpin', but instead it's Big Chimpin', and Jay-Z just raps about cool monkeys he saw at the zoo. Mies Varke Visser. Bleak Gaze. Designed with an island in Grindset. RV Cunt. Ben Bauercom. Valmond Milk. Harvey Cohen. Matthew Edge. Callum Crick. James is James, lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference, the degree is arbitrary, the definition's blurred if I'm to chew, fat obese, toe sucker, Sandy Image versus Ruby Doo Dawn of the Planet of the Dibbies, Lord Chiquita, Lord Chiquita, the king of the Banana Republic, Mr. Chip sporting a tracksuit and cigar, stands between the swings and the slide, drenched in sweat, Drake clapping .gif. Reject normal versus Curry, embrace Corncast 19, Yaddle rising with vengeance. Jim Boobler, Ich Ben Jam, Tonio Swelt, Sad Nietzsche Shit. Hello, Capital Wasteland, this is Freedom! Oh! Coming to you loud and proud from Galaxy News Radio.
What?
Plungebog Spunk Trunks, Arya, Jen. Round these parts I'm known as Leaking Longcock Leonard. My dick is very long and I'd be pissing and coming, hence the name. Crash Punk. Cosney Meg Gungdol. Snort. Minga Dinger is back, baby. I lost my job, but asked my whore wife for penny for the boys. Rejoice.
Huge shout-outs to Fancy Nancy. POV, you're forced to clean the gruesome sludge from the floor of the Dream Lounge. Ladies and gooners of the audience, I regret to inform you that you have just lost the game. Yemi the Ferret, Salad 532. King Shark from the hit film The Suicide Squad has devoured my pussy and refuses to return it. Why did none of the cast attend Morty Press the amateur photographer's funeral? His memory will forever live on through his art. Ocean's 11, except Adam breaks into James's jazz vault packed with Ahsokan tomboys. Krusty Kamikaze, Harriet Broadley, the Pongo Pogmaeus episode. Big Cheeser, Crypt Keeper, Guardians of the Super Mario Galaxy. My tongue is fat, my tongue wrench, where is the wrench? Bup, qua, yeah. Haha. Weird one. Oven Hut, Gianni, you better be reading this. Hashtag SFS represent. The Bush, imported guest. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, except Gerato goes to Swinton to defeat DIO and they fight in the Weatherspoons car park. Tom Baranek. Gilbert the Awesome One.
D-I-O. D-I-O.
Oh. Why is it in caps?
Dio.
I've never seen it. Why would I know that? Look the way it's written. It's in caps. Where was I? Did I say Tom Baranek?
Oh, I don't know. You just triggered me.
Gilbert the Awesome One. Sir, permission to leave the station. For what purpose, Piss a Dick? To include a battle pass in Halo Infinite. Permission denied. Nate's Minifigs, check me out on Instagram. Flashbang, urine, Caucasian, green. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony, and then James created Piss a Dick. 011IE2. Master Chief, hit this spliff with me before we take out the Covenant. Alex and Jamie, stop gaslighting James challenge. Big Mouth Episode IX, the douche of Nick Kroll. Cobalt Rad, Peak Den Pang, Pog Dog, Drain My Cock Johnson, Chaser the Dragon, Mr. Topside, Drillers in Paris, aka Wigger Crinch, aka Slip Bob Mod, aka Poo Devourer, Gorilla Muncher, Michael from NZ. Will you eat the butcher's treat? Auntie Zula, Ibsen's Rips Busker, OG Andre Busk Vexter. Joseph Jewish Jarling. I don't really listen to Jar anymore. Jack. Tom Fudging Armstrong. Welcome to the Islamic Communist Revolution. Piss Drinkers Unleashed. I didn't get the back piece tattoo of Argyle. Aaron Kavanagh. Michael Mann 2000. Stephen is Human. Meekly. Connotada. Butter me up some porn on the cob. Up on Melancholy Hill there's a Mazda 3. The Bababooey Matanui eats so much ratatouille, his goatsy afterwards is rather pooey. Katia fucking Manigan, and wait, where's David Wallace? Did he unsub from us? Can we get a clip of James saying nice cock while cupping Jamie's ballsack?
Thank you so much to the following. If you play Yakuza with the English dub, you deserve to be executed. Thomas Martin, before I hand this iPad off to you, you should know that I let Pissadick use it and now it's full of piss, swish, swish.
It's covered in my taint.
Quebec Films, Eleanor ? More like Ella not. Marcus Chandler, Aura, Keck Flexington, Numa Banana, Ben, Fartbag, George Kenwood Parker, Gez. Is it Gez or Jez?
I've always said Gez.
Gez. Fiddle aka The, Dream Awful 2142, Fiona Gorman, Melvin, brother of the Joker, King Kong Fan 3. It says to do this at the same beat as Genius of Love from Stop Making Sense, which I don't know. So James House, he's the creator of Pissadick, so check it. Chug Deodorant aka Kiryu-chan, Acolyte, another ep where James is wrong about everything, but he says things with confidence so everyone agrees. Danny G Based Lord, Woodpecker from Mars, Edgy Erica, Beware the Jub Bird, Maze Digital Love feat Daft Punk, couple of cow cuds, check out mates Finney on Instagram, Lewis Big Boy Borshro Horsborough, Ferdia Plyman, please excuse my Freudian pussy lips. My wife, to whom I married thanks to crazy goblins, has now discovered me for that very same reason. Oh, discovered divorce, sorry. SR-71 Blackbird ready for deployment. Sam, Mordekaiser Main's Rise Up, Adam Johnston, Tom Bowie, Jam, Froggy Online, Big Ol' Bovril, Joel Stewart, Gut Flora, Kane the Main from When Blackbirds Fly, 2016, Jake White, Big Whoops, Grembler, Kuta Panda, Abby Clifford, Lucy Ty is an Asian anal queen, Randy Ruins Patreon, Shellman, The Pooh Man, Jake Ram, Katia fucking Manigan, and absolutely last but not least, David Wallace.
Thanks everyone.
Good afternoon, morning, evening, or night, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the second half of the show where we head over to Patreon and have a little cute little look.
To Patreon? Is it? Is that where we go?
We go to Reddit and we go through the thread and we read out some cool little DTs from the dibbies of Jar. Oh, yes.
I guess this continues on with something we were talking about earlier, but otherwise Annual is going to start us off. Hey Mingers, I just wanted to let you guys know that despite me never playing a Halo game until recently, that I've always enjoyed your discussions and thoughts about the Halo franchise and where it exists today. It's engaging to hear someone with such a vested interest in a franchise giving their critical thoughts. Recently there's been a lot of unanimous praise for Infinite thus far, despite the lack of campaign reveals. And it's enjoyable hearing from the perspective of someone who doesn't seem to remember the track record. Who seems to remember the track record of 343. With the release of Infinite slowly creeping up, I'd like you to rank each Halo game, including Wars, and maybe update this list when Infinite comes out. I know Alex somewhat recently has shifted his thoughts about Halo 4, so I'd like to see where this list stands now. Thanks.
Number 1,
Halo Wars. Number 2, Halo Reach. Number 3, Halo 3. Number 4, Halo 2. Number 5, Halo 3. And then the rest.
Forget about that list.
Yeah, James is chatting bull.
Halo Wars is one of the best Halos.
No, starting at the bottom, it's Halo Wars 2. Above Halo Wars 2 is Halo Wars 1.
Why even include Halo Wars? It's stupid.
You know Halo Wars deserves a place because it's not only a very good game, it also is Halo to the core.
I feel like it confuses the conversation there.
No, not really. It's a Halo game. It's Halo Wars, and Halo Wars is more true to Halo than both 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So
worst game, though.
But that says more about how bad 4 and 5 are.
Shut up. That's not true.
This is my list, right? Top, Halo 3.
Oh, so predictable.
No, start at the bottom.
Oh. I think 4 might be the worst one.
Are you not including Halo Wars? Or are you going to?
You can't include Halo 4 and Halo 5 and not include Halo Wars.
Well, you can.
He did say to include it, but like it just, to me, it seems pointless when it's like the first-person shooters, Halos.
Yeah, but Halo 5 is not fucking Halo, and neither is Halo 4.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not a different genre of game.
No, but it's still Halo. There's more Halo in the Halo Wars.
We're spending too much time.
Yeah, this is pointless. What's your take, Jim?
On what?
Halo Wars on Halo.
Include it if you want. If you don't, then don't.
Okay.
Whatever.
Well, yeah, the point is the original trilogy are the best ones.
Mm.
Then I guess Halo Reach, then ODST, then...
Wait, so you think Reach is worse than ODST?
No, Reach is better than ODST.
Oh, okay.
ODST is under Reach.
ODST is under Reach.
So it'll probably be 3, 1, 2. Reach, ODST, 4 and 5 are pretty much a draw.
Okay,
no, you go.
So I'm going to start at the bottom. Halo Wars.
You think it's the worst Halo game?
No. So the bottom, all on par, is Halo Wars.
Halo Wars does
2.
not deserve to be alongside the other three, and you know that. You're just trying to irritate me.
No, it's my goddamn opinion.
I don't give a
you
fucking
can do your
shit
one
about
after.
your
I'm
little
doing mine.
list. You're fucking
So
wrong.
on the ground floor, Halo Wars 2, Halo 4. They're all sharing an equal space of I don't want to go near it. You know?
Really put like Halo 4 on that level. But why not Halo 5?
Because Halo 5 is... I mean, it's shit. But, I don't know, there's more thought put into it than 4.
You think so?
Saying that...
I don't know.
Saying that,
it's pretty bad.
Plus, it's stranded on Xbox One, which I'm never plugging back in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm... Yeah, I mean, I'll put it on... But I do want to specify, I think Halo 4 is worse than Halo 5 as a game.
Have you actually settled on that then?
Yeah. I think Halo 5's multiplayer is definitely better than 4's.
That's the thing that makes it, in my mind, slightly before. Because replaying that campaign was like, this is like horrendous.
Yeah, the campaign is atrocious in 4. Easily as bad as 5, if not worse.
5's is worse.
Story in 4 is definitely better than 5.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like what you're actually doing in the missions and gameplay, the moment-to-moment gameplay of 5 is objectively better. So I'd prefer to be bored in a game that feels better than be bored in a game that feels worse.
Yeah, I can see that.
So then, it's ODST on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
Second floor, Reach. Third floor. Actually, if it wasn't for Halo 2's multiplayer and really good story, Halo 2 would be below Reach for me. Because I think Halo 2's campaign is pretty weak. If it wasn't for the story holding it up, those missions...
They're not as good.
Nowhere near. It lost like so much of the big open mission, just sandbox fun. And then it's obviously Halo 1, Halo 3.
Okay.
But those two constantly competing to me.
1 and 3.
Yeah.
I think 3 is the best one.
If it was just campaign, Halo 1 might win for me.
Really? I still prefer 3, but... Jay Chadwick has one for us. Hey boys, despite being Australian and having no intention to visit the UK at the moment, I'm in the process of getting my British passport. I'm a citizen through my dad. What British thing should I do to celebrate? Cheers from Drain My Cock Johnson. What's a British thing an Australian can do to celebrate?
By that I meant he's having dual citizenship, right?
Yeah.
Because if that's the situation where he's losing, he's like trading in, like my fucking grandparents did. Fucking idiots.
What did they do?
They gave up Australian citizenship to come back to England. They traded it for fucking England.
Maybe they didn't like big spiders.
No, she's just a fucking idiot. But I hope that's dual because, having multiple citizenship's great. Just don't do anything to England. Don't bother coming here.
You get a can of beans.
They have that in Australia.
Well, yeah, that's how we'd get them. Bean someone's car. No, I don't want to be responsible for someone's car getting beaned.
Yeah, just
British thing. I don't know. Eat something brown and feel sad.
Yeah.
No, if you want to do a British thing, you have to go to Weatherspoons, get a meal, then get fucking shit-faced, then go to Greg's for Greg's meal deal the next morning. That's clearly the fucking English experience. So do that. Don't do anything. Don't come here.
C. Rook says, question for Alex. Since you have 2 dogs currently and have looked after a few more, how easy or hard is it looking after both of them? What dog was the hardest to train, and did your dogs have a crazy phase? Edit, according to my friend who has family from Iran, his grandma periodically eats spiders. According to him, it tastes like bread, fish, and chicken, and apparently the taste isn't all that bad. While I doubt the huntsman is all that palatable, according to Google it tastes quite bland like cod or chicken, I wouldn't put it past a person to eat one. Insects and other bugs are actually eaten more often than we think. In Colombia, they eat ants that you can get tinned, and you can get tinned ant larvae, used for omelettes, from imported foreign food markets. Crickets are also edible and have a taste a bit like shrimp. Apparently silkworms are good with beer. So basically what I'm trying to say is, will we ever get James eats a cricket or James eats a spider?
Do these people not know that we did an episode where I ate a scorpion?
Well, yeah, that's why they want more.
No, but like a scorpion, it was probably the same as a spider.
No, scorpion's much more armoured.
Yeah.
You gotta eat
spindly,
spider.
hairy.
I'm not going to eat a spider.
Why?
I'm not eating a spider.
You ate a scorpion?
Yeah, because it's armoured. I'm not chunking into like a soft, pussy fucking snake spider body.
Where's the pus come from?
Well, the substance in the scorpion was pus.
No, it's not pus.
It was like a pus is like a liquidy. It's a thing, right? Not just
pus is like
pus is specifically the shit in like that. It's like white blood cells.
Okay, I mean paste. Some
paste.
Yeah,
paste.
Scorpion paste.
Yeah. Paste is the perfect descriptor.
That was
because it was straight up paste.
Surely a spider in a can would probably be quite paste-like as well.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to have it.
But James is saying the armour added some texture.
No, the armour was tasty.
The armour was quite nice.
After we had it, because it was all salted as well. It was like I was chewing on that.
Yeah, it was
shit.
just like salty. I don't know.
It was
crackers or something.
No, if I could
scorpion.
buy scorpion like armour, salted scorpion armour, I'd fucking eat that shit. Like this is why I'm so disappointed that you didn't want to have even a taste.
I can't with stuff like that. Like the idea of eating like a big fat spider, I don't know what it is. It just makes me want to vomit like right now. The more I think about it, the more it's making me want to vomit.
I've eaten a locust and mealworms. Locust doesn't taste like shrimp or whatever the fuck he said locust tastes like.
No, you said the spider tastes like shrimp. And
You said crickets.
Crickets.
Like
oh, okay. But yeah, locust. Well, I had a dried locust that tasted just like Weetabix. Weetabix without milk.
Weetabix. Maybe you should have had it with milk and it would have activated the flavour.
Yeah, I mean it's like nature's cereal.
honestly, Weetabix without milk is great.
It's great. What do you mean?
Stick 2 in your mouth in one go and see how long you last. Great time.
So it's an unusual question because it begins asking about the dogs, but then turns into a question about bugs or whatever.
Argy.
How easy or hard is it looking after both of them? I mean, it's easy looking after both of them. But as far as who was hardest to train, Argy was way harder to train than Paisley.
No, I don't think that's a good criticism on him. It should be a criticism on us. He was in a crack den. Just being cracked out all the time.
You make it sound like horrendous. Yeah, what?
He had cracked out you. He had crackhead you.
No, he was what kept me balanced.
Yeah,
when I got him, I was taking him out. Such nice walkies, little puppy boy.
But I think that flat. I think that.
What? I'm trying to counteract this thing that James is putting out there saying that it was like a crack den.
It's just the way you said that was.
Well, I'm just imagining someone sitting there being like, "What does he mean by like crack den?"
I don't know what James means by that.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about. Like it was just
corgis are harder to train than golden retrievers.
Yeah, but I don't think the flat environment was the best at times. When we were all there, that was not a good environment for a very young dog, because me and Jim were fucking just chaotic. And
I don't remember being crazy with Argy when he was that small.
Yeah, it was.
He was just like funny. He'd fall asleep on the cold bit upside down.
No, there was times when there was chaos, because he'd start howling at that cat, and then that's when chaos broke loose. I might not have been there ever, but I do have perfect memory of what was going on.
I just remember getting bitten a lot by Argy.
Yeah, but why would he bite you? And chaos.
No, because he was teething. He like.
He was 6 months old.
Yeah, he'd like pinch your arms and stuff. It really hurt.
Yeah, chaos, bro. That's chaos.
It was nothing to do with chaos. I don't know, like what this place looked like in your mind.
Yeah,
like, when I think of like the flat Alex lived in, I think of his PC setup, and like 70-80% of the time Alex would be sat at the desk working.
So the thing is that like I said about this recently, that I basically wasn't part of the group or JAR at that point, because I was so disconnected. So like I only saw very small snippets, and it was just absolute chaos. It was
no, but that's me, not.
No, that was us. It was. I turn up on my motorbike. I'm fucking cracked out my head because I've been living in my office for a week. And I'm just like, fucking Domino's. We order like 7 fucking nachos and 10 fucking cookies, and then we go order a curry. Like that's the curry episode. Was that era? That was crack the fuck out era.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what my idea of like that era was, that, and like Argy was in that.
No, but I don't think you. It makes it sound like I'm like abusing or abused him.
No, you didn't abuse him. No, you treated him well, but I just think
it was an exhausting experience with a 6-month-old corgi puppy. I did my research before buying him. I knew it was going to be hard work, and I needed and wanted that, I think. Yeah, it did help me stay sane during that time.
No, but like I've looked after them like now, and they're both very easy.
Argy's arguably easier now than Paisley.
Yeah,
because he requires nothing from you apart from being fed.
No, when I was there, I was like playing Apex, and he was like I'd stroke him, I'd say hello to him, and then he'd normally just go upstairs.
Yeah, he just goes up.
Paisley though is really difficult, because she needs.
Not difficult.
No, she's not difficult, but she's
just dependent. She really needs your like affirmation all the time.
Yeah, and that is a bit much when you've already like sat there and played with her for a bit, and you just want to chill for a bit, and she's still just like it's a bit much. And I find that I'm so used to how Gaius is in like a collie, and it's just like they will get the attention when they want it, and then they fuck off, like Argy. He gets what he wants, he then just does his own thing. I just find Paisley's too much for me.
Well, she's still in her crazy phase, to be fair. She's only 2.
Yeah. I do like that about Paisley.
Yeah, it's good.
She's
sometimes.
very sappy.
She'll chill out a bit in a couple years. Round 5, like Argy's age now. Like, he's way more relaxed than he was a few years ago.
But then there's Max. I think Max, I think when you had Argy and Max, it was very, very different. I think it was a completely different like experience.
He was such a big dog.
But he was like Paisley, and he wanted attention. But when, like, what can you do when there's a fucking behemoth?
But I didn't train him from when he was a puppy, so he had all these really annoying behaviours.
Like climbing onto the set while we were recording is like infamous moment.
Well, like when he wanted something, like if he wanted that like Minecraft pig man, he'd like sit there and just stare at it and like just woof. Like a pathetic one.
But it would be like every 45 seconds he'd woof. It wouldn't
just
be like sat there bark at it. He'd sit there, wait, bark once, and then sit and stare for another minute.
Yeah, it's pretty cute, but you know.
Yeah,
it was
more like the chasing bicycles and stuff like that was annoying.
Yeah. Very isolated dog.
Yeah. A very lovely dog, though.
Yeah, gorgeous.
When he wasn't like actually suffocating or crushing you. It's absolutely massive.
Yeah, I can't remember if I said on the cast I got an update on him semi-recently.
Did you see him?
I didn't see it. Actually, no, I did see a picture of him. He looked okay. And it turned out like they did know his age the whole time. And he's 10.
He's 10?
That's actually crazy.
So when I had him, he would have been 6, 7.
Yeah. Wow, I never realised he was that old.
Yeah, that's why he was so like calm and mature. He was the perfect. Like,
yeah,
that's the dog age.
Yeah, he was probably really good for Argy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Because he tried to rape Argy constantly, and now Argy tries to rape Paisley. So that's a bad habit that he's got.
True, yeah.
And then Paisley's getting Argy's bad habits.
Well, yeah, she's just behaving like a corgi, but she's a golden retriever.
It's weird.
It's really
strange,
weird.
Yeah.
It's really fucking weird to see. But Albino Basilisk says this: what is the scariest thing you can visualize? Something physical, of course. I'm not referring to psychological horrors.
Scariest thing I can visualize.
What's the scariest thing you can visualize in your mind? Like for me, what comes when I think of this? What comes in my mind is something like a bear. How do you make a bear scarier? Oh, give it like a Slender Man smile and spindly legs.
No, that's
stretches limbs out.
I'm gonna be predictable. Because it's like if I imagine a bear being scary, like the realism kicks in. It's just like if I do this, it's not scary because it will just bug off. Scary is Mike Tyson in his prime. That's fucking scary. Because that's Mike Tyson in his prime.
No, humans you can barter with. You know?
No, Mike Tyson, don't hit me. I'll let you fight a gorilla, please.
That's not the scariest thing you can visualize.
Yeah, no, it is.
What about you, Jen?
Bro, no, imagine this. You're laying in bed and you just look up and you can't move. And then your door opens and there he is, Mike Tyson in his prime.
But I don't associate him with like scary things. Well, maybe a little bit, to be honest.
He is kind of scary.
No, he's scary given that he chewed someone's ear off mid-fight. Come on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about, kind of his crazy histories.
Yeah, he's scary. He's scary.
I'm gonna have to dot points for the lack of creativity, though.
Okay. I was being realistic. Okay, scariest thing I can imagine. Man.
Scariest thing you can visualize.
Mine isn't very creative, but I think an Argy-sized spider.
No, just Argy with multiple legs.
That would be
multiple legs. You mean like eight legs?
Like he's a spider, yeah.
Spindly 8 legs.
Or you know what?
But he's still like the same body and head.
No, he's Argy. He's Argy just with loads of legs.
Do you know what might be scarier than spiders in the bug realm? Is centipedes. Like a big centipede.
No, I actually agree with that.
No, centipede Argy. Horrifying.
As soon as you make it like a fluffy creature, though, it's not scary to me.
No, it is.
What, Argy with 100 legs?
Yeah.
Fucking really long?
Yeah, fucking freaky as fuck.
That would be freaky. No, that would be... Think about...
It would be funny.
Once legs go past 4, shit gets weird.
Yeah.
Shit starts getting creepy past 4.
But it would be loads of funny corgi legs, not loads of like what is a centipede?
No, but think about 50 legs.
No, I happened to watch The Brave Wilderness with the centipede the other day, and they are so viscerally fucking terrifying.
Yeah, they're scary. They are the scariest thing.
Okay, then imagine one of them, but with Argy's head.
You just made it 10 times less scary.
Remove Argy and make it a bear.
No, if you...
What do you mean?
The mouth part of the centipede is one of the most scary things. It's two, pincers or whatever.
Honestly, the giant worm from Gears of War 2.
That's too big. Once things go past a certain size, it stops being, scary. In that same way.
There's, a perfect size for scary things.
Yeah, dog-sized. Because if it where it's going to take a while to kill you instead of it just stepping on you or something.
Yeah.
You just...
Because then it's instant, you're gone.
Yeah.
It's not scary. But if something that slowly eats away at you and is agonizing, and that's fucking scary.
Like a spider.
like a polar bear.
Yeah. Yeah, polar bears are on the bigger side, but they still take their...
Imagine like a polar bear that it just looks exactly like a polar bear, but it just walks around like a human.
Yeah, because when bears stand up, it's wrong.
If like a polar bear walking towards you like a human, and like not like
that
the way.
That would be quite easy to get away from.
No, but it's just the scariest thing you can visualize. Like it doesn't.
Like if it walked through this door.
It's not. We're too obsessed with the fighting thing. Like,
do you know what would be?
No, but that comes into how scary something is.
Yeah. No,
if I can imagine myself,
that's literally how your brain works.
If there's a polar bear there, especially one that's just walking around like a human, you're fucked anyway.
Is it wearing human clothes?
No, because that would make it more lean to the humorous side, in my opinion.
What if it's wearing scary clothes?
If it's wearing the Slender Man suit.
Why is the Slender Man your go-to?
No, I'm thinking like
because I was scared of Slender Man. Okay.
Well, no. If you're just gonna say something like the Slender Man, like Pyramid Head, generally really fucking.
Pyramid Head's pretty scary.
That would fuck me up.
See, it's the spindly long thing that is scary to me.
No, something that maggots slightly bigger though. Imagine loads of them. Like slightly bigger, like a
paisley-sized maggot.
Like them eating you. Imagine them slowly eating you alive.
Like in that King Kong movie.
Oh, those things are rancid.
That's actually quite...
That's fucking hard.
That's a good answer.
That's fucking...
Yeah.
Because I remember the bin. Did I say about the story at my work? Because obviously... I opened the whole fucking wheelie bin was just full of fucking maggots. And the smell, because it was rotting flesh.
I think that's one of the reasons maggots are so vile to us, is because it's often associated with that smell.
With decay. Yeah.
The smell is such a strong indicator of things we like and don't. But Gravewalker says this: "Hey Mingers, as an American listener, it's strangely entertaining to hear the gang, James mostly, rag on the US. But that got me thinking, have any of you guys actually visited America yet? And if so, what cities have you been to? And if not, what city would you like to visit first? And hey, if you guys ever happen to be around the Seattle area, I wouldn't mind showing you guys around."
We've all been to America.
We've all been, and let's just say it's a plan for us to go to America.
Road trip.
Yeah, we all want to go on a big holiday and like road trip.
Yeah, there's lots of America I want to see.
I've been to America. I went when I was like probably 10, 11-ish. So I was quite young. Went to Florida, where everyone goes at that age.
Yeah.
Went to all the theme parks, went to like NASCAR stuff. Drowned in a swimming pool. Guns.
Drowned?
Yeah,
Guns?
I remember going to like a Dunkin' Donuts and a police officer walked in, fucking 17 years.
Yeah. That's what I remember that. As a kid.
That's a culture shock. It's like when
when in the airport, like there's just fucking guns everywhere. I was like 12? We went.
Yeah,
it was like my 12th birthday. I think I turned 12 on the plane or something.
Yeah,
I think going to like America in at that age, you just don't appreciate.
Well, yeah, you have no like autonomy.
Yeah,
so you just experience whatever like your parents have arranged, pretty much.
I've been to America a few times, but I've never like properly checked out like a city.
Yeah, I don't know which state I want to begin with, to be honest. Where's like the best place? I guess it depends what you're after. So we were saying this the other night, where it's like America is so varied. It's so fucking huge. It's such a landmass.
It's like you can't do everything in one trip unless it's like 4 months straight. Proper. At that point, you're putting your life on hold. You're just doing this big experience.
Yeah.
So you'd have to do multiple trips to different coasts.
Well, yeah, it seems like there's quite a lot of like road trip culture there because of like how fucking huge it is and all the different environments. And it's like our parents did that. They went through a bunch of states like over weeks.
Yeah.
And like did like a flight at one. Yeah. That seems like a good way of doing it, but
yeah, that's what I'd want to do.
Is there anything that like stands out that you like really want to see? Like any landmarks or buildings?
I want to go to New York as a city. I just want to like actually experience that city.
Yeah, same.
Crazy. New York is fucking
I want to see the Grand Canyon. It's like obvious,
Yeah.
but I do want to see that with my own eyes.
Yeah, I want to see some of like Central America. Just
The frontier.
Yeah, just check out the frontier. Like, look at the nature.
Even with all those scary animals, those bobcats running around.
Rent a shotgun.
Yeah.
An RPG.
Yeah, we could have an RPG each for those bears if they if they want to steal our picnic baskets.
It's just, to me, like, America's not like high up on the list of places I want to go. I think what I'm gonna, because it's like, if I want to go on holiday, I want to experience like culture as well, and it's just fucking England in terms of culture.
Yeah, that is a thing. Yeah.
So like compared to like Japan or any,
I don't know, man.
any
I
other part
reckon
of the world,
it's probably quite different.
but it's not.
I
like
think
in terms of food.
we get quite a big taste of American culture through all the
I
films.
know what you
we
mean. It's
watch,
not
all
like you're
the
not going to have
TV.
a culture shock in quite the same way as like going to Japan or something.
It's like if we go to America, it's like, oh, let's go to McDonald's. It's like if we do that here, but it's like in Japan, it's like.
But you can do that anywhere in the world, to be honest. You can go to Japan and get McDonald's.
Yeah, but their whole McDonald's is completely different.
You
It's
could get a
different
squid burger, I guess.
So it's just like, I want to
Squid
go.
ink
I
one.
want to go elsewhere before I cave in and go to America.
We've got loads of good roads to drive, surely.
No, they don't. We've gone over this. American roads aren't designed to be fun. They're straight lines. It's just everything's straight. It's like.
What about
I was-
Route 63
Yeah,
or whatever?
that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, cars. Like, it looks fucking beautiful in cars.
Yeah.
You telling me those roads, there's nowhere in America that's as beautiful as that drive in cars with that
No,
song.
but when
Love is a highway.
there's like what makes a car drive fun is like corners. American roads, like there is before people say, oh, there's roads, there's corners in America. I know. There's loads of canyons, there's loads of togeys, there's some great roads in America. But like when people say American road trip, they mean driving a straight line. Road trip, you're just driving long distance. And it's like, oh, look at the scenery.
But if you are doing a road trip, surely you want it to be less taxing on your brain.
The perfect road trip to me is like leaving England, going like through France, Italy, and doing all the mountain roads on there. Intense, beautiful views, lovely roads. If I want to go driving, I'm not going to America. I don't like the thing they have of driving there. It's silly.
I'll let the Americans comment about that one. Super Shiny Boy 64 has something to say. Hey Jar, just wanted to say that listening to the podcast has genuinely improved my mood the past 2 years. I've been listening since late 2019, which is not long before the start of the pandemic. And honestly, listening to your conversations and weird shit while working out or doing tedious tasks has not only helped me through these hard times, but also just generally led me to have a more positive outlook on life. And then he asks a question about which two animals would win in a fight, which I'm not gonna.
Oh no! Ask it.
No! You got to. You can't dangle that question. That
Yeah, he
premise.
just poured his heart out to us about how great we are at.
No, Alex is the most disrespectful person. He's done it twice today where it's like, oh, he's the right question. He wrote a question as well, but we're going to ignore that. You're so fucking mean.
Yeah, because I need to... We're at a point where there are so many like questions in the suggestion thread and comments.
No, come on then. Animals, come on, say it.
Anyway, I have a question for you. Who would win in a sword duel between a swordfish and a narwhal? The swordfish would have the advantage of outmaneuvering its opponent, but I think the narwhal could tank a lot of damage.
He's just answered our question. Thank you very much.
I think the swordfish will win.
When I think swordfish, I'm just reminded of that. It was like an article or something that was spread around like fucking years ago of like some woman who was like impaled by a swordfish, and like she only survived because of like a breast implant that like blocked something or some insane shit like that.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wait, so they actually do that, swordfish? They just stab?
Well, I don't know. Like, it doesn't make sense to me why it can't be like a main attack, because if they impaled something on it, what would they do then? They can't like take it off the thing. You know what I mean?
It depends. Like, if a shark's going for you,
it's purely a
you
defense
like,
mechanism.
Yeah, you like, stab it.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't actually duel, do they, with each other? Like giraffes with their horns and shit. Do they?
Giraffes?
Yeah, that's why they have horns.
What, they fight?
Yeah.
They sword fight with their horns.
Yeah. So I'm picturing the underwater giraffes fucking swinging their giant.
I don't see why they wouldn't sword fight, but they're called swordfish. So if
They
who's going to
surely
win?
sword fight.
Yeah,
Well, surely that's just because it looks like they're a swimming sword.
yeah, but they've got the advantage of sword being in their name. In a sword fight between a narwhal and
That's
a
why I
swordfish.
think a narwhal would win.
No, I think that's why a swordfish would win. It's got sword in
No, you're
in the
putting
name.
too much faith in the naming conventions alone. A narwhal's a big, muscly mammal thing with a huge fucking spike on the front.
Swordfish have swords, bro.
Yeah, but think about it. They've got
Okay,
this
that's it.
like twirly unicorn horn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's got to stab this tiny little fish compared to him swimming around. Great speed. How's he going to stab this thing? Whereas this little guy with a similar size sword,
Well, you say little guy, but which one's actually the bigger animal?
a narwhal.
Yeah, so surely you just have such a size advantage that you're going to be able to...
Yeah, but how are you going to use your little sword head thing? Your little unicorn
Is it
horn?
as little as you're saying?
The horn on a narwhal is very small compared to the rest of its body.
Are you researching over there, James?
Yeah, I am. It's a tusk, actually. It's not a fucking spike. It's a horn. It's a tusk.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So it's just a tusk in, the middle of their fucking brain?
Okay, I lied. Their horn is fucking huge. Jesus
Yeah, that's
Christ.
what I was thinking.
So they don't use them to fight. It's to like
Which ones?
narwhals. They talk
No,
to
I was more with the swordfish because of just the implication of using the word sword and, you know.
So the swordfish's sword can repair itself.
But what does it do with that sword? Please inform me.
Zoologists say the swordfish will not stab with its
Wait a
sword,
minute.
as you might assume instead they slash with it. So
Oh, shit.
They slash.
Okay.
Yeah, like an actual sword.
Like it.
Yeah.
So they actually do use them like a sword. That makes them way more terrifying. Actually. I don't like that.
They're also
Yeah, whereas
very
a
fast.
narwhal has to stab if it's gonna.
But I'm just like a narwhal. Yeah. Whatever.
This is a thing that already exists though. Narwhal v swordfish.
Oh, really? This is actually up for debate. And it's been debated for a long time, I see.
Yeah, I found some like article or something on carnivora.net. Narwhal v swordfish. Who wins? 6 votes. Narwhal won by 67%. 4-2.
So yeah, my gut was absolutely correct.
No, but they're two
Well,
different types.
that's only going
but
by
narwhals.
No, that's fact. That's
yeah,
statistics.
this has become facts. It's on the internet. People voted, and the
No, but the thing is, a narwhal's a land creature.
no, it's
No, they're
not.
It has lungs.
Yeah, it's a matter like don't
Whales have lungs.
Yeah, no, but this says a narwhal has lungs and breathes air. They need to come to the surface to breathe.
Yeah, but loads
Like,
of mammals do it.
where are they
Dolphins do
gonna
that.
fight? Where are these two? Where's a
In the
swordfish?
water, in the ocean.
Yeah, but the swordfish has speed, and it slashes. It will just speed off, come back, slash.
Yeah,
Speed off, come back, slash.
I'm thinking of this like a Dark Souls fight, right? And who always has the advantage in a Dark Souls fight? The one wearing less armor with more speed.
So you're saying swordfish?
Swordfish.
Okay.
Without
Well,
a doubt.
I my opinion is narwhal. So let's do 3 more. The Milk Resistance says, so I've been watching the cast for a while now, and I've noticed that you guys have mentioned eating beans at KFC before. I thought this was very strange, as I've never heard of getting beans from KFC. I live in Australia. So I looked up UK KFC website, and it's just baked beans in a tub. I need to know what you do with these beans. Do you put it on your chicken? Do you dip your chips in it? Do you just eat it by itself? I'm losing my mind over this.
Well, you do both.
You open it up a little bit and then launch it. The car's going through the drive-thru.
You mean people? It's just
Do Americans not have beans with their KFC?
no.
So it's just the UK thing. Because
But
when I screenshot
I
this,
didn't think it is.
when I saw this comment, I like scream laugh because I was like, wait, so do other countries not have fucking beans with KFC? Is it that ingrained that we actually add beans to KFC?
KFC
Surely,
added
like fried chicken goes with beans, especially
Well, to us,
KFC beans.
Yeah, because we're British. We think that.
Yeah, but probably Americans think fucking KFC goes with apple sauce.
The beans don't taste like normal Heinz beans. It's not.
No, they're barbecue.
Yeah, they've got like a barbecue, smoky flavour in there.
Yeah, which works well. So you
Surely
dip.
there's like a famous Kentucky bean recipe that like comes from there.
Yeah, surely they border Mexico and that's all got bean recipes and shit. So,
What you do is
clearly in Australia they don't have it.
They have goon. Like we know they're different, bro.
Yeah, you can get your KFC goon bag.
No, because it's like you open your little certified fucking state-enforced KFC bean cup, and you dip your chips in it to get rid of the excess liquid, and then you're getting all that flavour. But then you get the spoon and you just start fucking funneling that in your mouth. So then you get to a point where you can like dip a burger in it, your chicken burger, and your chicken you dip that in as well.
Or your original recipe chicken pieces.
You just dip it.
But is that insane?
No,
Are there
that's
people
normal.
hearing that like English people are just crazy, man?
No, but it's like the gravy.
But it's just barbecue sauce, bean sauce.
It's like some smoky bean sauce, and it's nice. It goes well with the chicken. It's like, what would you do with the gravy? It's the exact same thing. You buy them for the same.
No, gravy's
purpose.
great. I will say gravy is all liquid. Beans is beans in liquid.
Yeah, no, but then you get two experiences. You get the sauce, you get the dippy sauce, and you get to eat some beans.
In what other situation do you like dip chips into beans?
Do you not? Have you never had beans with just like some chips and some other stuff at home?
Yeah, like chicken nuggets.
Yeah, chicken nuggets.
We talked about this. What was it called? It was like the thing was like
that Scottish thing.
the plate.
Yeah,
plate
the
picky bits or
picky
something?
bits.
Yeah, picky bits.
You get beans and you dip.
beans with like potato waffle, and they obviously touch, and then it suddenly
Yeah, but
turns
potato
into this
waffle and
compound.
beans is fine in my head for some reason, but
Chicken isn't.
But like oven chips, beans. I hate oven chips. I hate potato waffle.
I fucking love oven chips. But everything goes with beans. This is what I've been saying for so long. Like,
no, I agree.
Fuck ketchup. Fuck tomato ketchup. Bean juice. Bean juice is the perfect sauce for everything.
I just want to hear from Jarlings who are not from the UK, or Australia, I guess, because we know the Australia opinion now. From countries that aren't those. Is it weird that beans come with KFC?
No, but like beans.
Am I overthinking it right now?
I think beans is a very like exclusive British thing.
But beans are very American as well.
I don't agree. You know,
no, cowboys ate beans.
That's a different kind of beans. That's not baked beans. That's
no, they had baked beans.
They didn't.
They did have baked beans. Cowboys have baked beans. I guarantee you. So American culture and beans are tied quite tightly, the same way our bean culture is tied quite.
Gail Wolf has our penultimate one. Question for Alex, but all others can answer. A while ago you mentioned using CBD oil, and on your recommendation I tried it out, using the Sibdol brand. I haven't heard of that. And I found it to be really useful for my anxiety. The effects are mild, but it takes effect quickly and has no side effects, unlike other medication I've tried. And I'm looking at moving up from the 5% product to see if it helps out even more. So my question is, are any of the jar boys still using CBD oil? If so, any uses, e.g. sleep, or choices, e.g. taking more before stressful events? Keep up the great work, lads.
I don't have oil. I don't take
I think I'm
oil.
the only one that uses the oil.
You're the only one who uses the oil. I have tea, like a 3.5% CBD tea, caffeine free. It's what I use before I go to bed, and it does me a world of good. It's very good for me. That's for reasons we'll get to in a future video.
Yeah. I use the oil most days.
It just depends what suits your life, because it's like, for me, edibles work when I'm at work because they're very strong. They work for me. They sort me out. Oils, I don't find oils the most helpful. I don't really like the taste. I'd rather just consume it with something I want to drink, like some vitamin orange, sparkling orange juice,
Yeah, the oil's just, I guess, the most sort of cost-effective.
It's the most cost-effective, and I know if you're going from like the 5% to like the 10%, it is quite a big jump in money. The oils can be expensive. Like some of the stronger stuff is like 70 quid onwards. It's very expensive, and that's why I don't do it. Even though I spend like £20 a week on edibles, it kind of like evens out. It's just the way it works for me. But I definitely suggest tea, because that just works. It tastes like a tea, and it's enough.
Yeah, I haven't tried the tea, but
you definitely should.
Yeah, I like all the CBD products, to be honest.
Yeah, I've tried all of them, and I want to try more.
Yeah, it's just amazing for anxiety. Like,
CBD has changed my life. No joke, it's generally improved my life so much.
Yeah, and it's getting more and more adopted now. It's cropping up everywhere.
It is. Isn't it, Jamie? CBD boy.
Isn't it, Jamie?
I'm not CBD
Isn't
boy.
it?
I'm CBT boy, bitch.
Right, let's end this.
Cognitive behaviour therapy.
Yeah.
Jurassic Joe fan 234 as our final. Marshmallows are best frozen. Chuck a couple of marshmallows in the freezer for a couple of hours and then eat them. It will change your life.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Wrong.
No, okay. Let's do it.
Do you believe him?
I don't give a shit.
Oh. Well, I give a shit.
Okay.
And I want to know.
Know what?
Well, he's saying it will change your life. Do you think he's...
I think he's bullshitting.
Who said it will change your life?
This guy.
What's
this Redditor.
What's his profession and qualification in life? How do we know we can trust him?
Yeah, go on his account.
Well, he's called Jurassic Joe fan, so he's clearly got taste.
Yeah, but is he a JoJo fan?
I'm going to assume yes.
No, you know what? No. No, I'm not.
Well, I was just intrigued because it's such a frank, short, 3 sentences, small amount of words, no elaboration on why this would make it better.
It's not what he said, it's how he said it, and I don't care for it.
You think it's too blunt?
Yeah, he's not trying to
Not trying to convince.
He's not trying to ease me into it.
No, but that's what has made me so intrigued by this, because it's like the confidence. It's just like, yeah, it's going to change your life.
No, but he's got to specify which marshmallows. We've gone into the details.
Yeah, is it mini ones? Is it fluff?
Is it the shit ones with the sugar coating, or is it like a nice smooth M&S marshmallow?
M&S. Jeez.
We're done here. Any final words?
Thank you for watching this episode of the Jar Media Podcast. We'll catch you next time.